We continue our 12 Days of Giving series today, each day leading up to Christmas. On News 4 Midday and News 4 at 4, we're going to introduce you to an organization that needs volunteers and donations. Pat Lawson-Muse is standing by now with today's look at ArtStream. Hi, Pat.
Good morning, Barbara. You know, illness and disability and loss are often extremely tough to deal with. Any one of those situations can put a whole lot of pressure on patients and families and caregivers. ArtStream is a group that helps to ease some of the pressure by using the arts to heal and encourage and inspire. Volunteers are taking your calls this morning in our phone bank at 202-686-NBC4. Joining me now is Jennie Lutz, the Director of Operations for ArtStream. And we know that you are dealing with a lot of populations that are not exposed to the arts. Tell us how the group got started.
Well, we actually started by a group of artists who are trained in theater, music, dance, and we discovered that there was a need. There was a group of people that we had been working with for a while, that a group of people with disabilities who didn't have the outlet, didn't get to go to classes or take classes or be in productions. So we started with what they wanted.
So you have workshops and productions, plays, classes, seminars.
We run the gamut of what the artistic creativity will let us. So we have 5 inclusive acting companies with people who have disabilities and volunteer mentors, where we put on original musicals. And we also go into hospitals and do professional puppet shows for children who are living in the hospitals. And we also have workshops with seniors, people with illness, and children in adoptive services.
Tell us how the arts inspire you. How do the arts heal?
Well, it's therapy. I would never call myself a therapist. I'm an artist first, but everything that I do has to do with healing and expressing myself and using the arts to let everyone know what's going on.
You need volunteers.
Yes, we always need volunteers. We have a lot of times when people call us and want us to set up a booth or to display what ArtStream does, and we always need advocates for the arts, for ArtStream. And we also, with our inclusive companies, we always need some help to put on the productions. We need backstage help, on-stage help, people to run the box office.
Okay. You need the whole gamut.
We do.
Okay.
We do.
You need a lot of helping hands, and yes. I would imagine, especially around the holiday time. All right. Well, Jennie Lutz, thanks so much. You're going to stick around throughout the hour, and if you can give our volunteers a call, they will take your calls, and maybe you can volunteer with ArtStream. The number again is 202-686-NBC4. Barbara.
Thank you, Pat. Today,
our 12 Days of Giving. This is day number 3, and ArtStream is the group today that we're focusing on. It's a group that works to inspire people through art, people who are dealing with illness, disability, or loss. The group of artists work with the disabled and the elderly and many others in our community. Joining me now are Sarah Miller, who is one of the actors with ArtStream, and Jennie Lutz is back with us. So, Sarah, tell us how long you've been with the group, and we should give you our phone number, 202-686-NBC4. Volunteers are standing by, and they've been taking calls this morning. Sarah, you've been with the company how long?
4 years.
4 years, and tell us
Yes.
about the work you do. Tell us about your productions.
Our productions are originally done by Mrs. Patty Wolseley. She's the director of the program. The actors who brainstorm the ideas are actually quite rewarding and a lot of fun, and I strongly recommend anybody to do this program. And I have been through productions. I have done Husband and Luther. I personally recommend that show, which I see you're seeing right now.
Do you write as well as act?
Yes, actually, I'm a poet at home. I like to write.
You're a poet?
Yes, I like to write stories, and it's so much fun.
Tell us what ArtStream has done for you. How has it helped you?
It's impacted my lifestyle in every way. I first started the art since I was going to the textile museum. And I want my mom, because she's there with me, to as well. I want to thank her for being here. And I want to thank you as well for letting me be on here.
Yes.
And
well, we're glad to have you here. And we're glad to have you too, Jennie Lutz. How many artists do you have? How large is your company?
On staff, we're quite small. We've got about 4 people on staff, but as far as artists that we contract to work with our actors or do workshops, we have anywhere from 30 to 40 every year that run the gamut of musicians or actors or dancers.
And you not only do the productions themselves, but you offer workshops and classes?
If someone were interested in a workshop or a class, we could cater to what they need and the community that they serve.
And if someone were interested in having a production brought to them, how would they do that?
Well, they can certainly call us. We actually were asked to do one of our shows again this year. We remounted Has Been a Loser, which Sarah was in for a charity benefit down in Virginia.
Do you go like to nursing homes, to facilities where people invite you and say, come in, we'd like to do this for the holidays?
Absolutely. We also have a touring puppet show that goes around to hospitals for children and children who are living in the hospital or hospice settings.
Sarah, tell the impact that the arts make for those who are suffering loss or disability or illness.
It can impact their lives entirely, especially for young kids who that's big cars, business cars, or any season green cars you get, but it can impact somebody's life.
Okay, well, you're making a big impact on a lot of lives. Sarah Miller and Jennie Lutz, thanks so much from ArtStream. You're doing wonderful work.
Thank you.
And you need volunteers, so if you can volunteer to help ArtStream bring joy into the lives of those who are suffering, please call our phone bank at 202-686-NBC4. Barbara.
Thank you, Pat. Our time now 11:41, and still ahead on News 4 Midday. Investors on Wall Street are still keeping an eye on the tax deal being debated here in Washington. We'll look at the latest numbers. Our stocks moving.
It's day 3 of our 12 days of giving. Each day between now and Christmas on News 4 Midday and here on News 4 at 4, we introduce you to a nonprofit that needs volunteers and donations. Today's group is called ArtStream. It's an organization that uses art to help heal, encourage, and inspire. Volunteers are manning our phone banks this afternoon. 202-686-NBC4 is the number to call. This group uses the arts to help ease the pressure caused by illness and disability. Joining us now is Nicolette Stearns, who's co-founder of ArtStream, and welcome to News 4. It's an interesting program that uses the arts. How many artists do you have, and how did you actually get this group started?
We started this group about 5.5 years ago based on what we saw was just a tremendous need to bring the arts into the community and specifically into underserved communities. So we work with kids with cancer, adults with disabilities, veterans, and we do have a lot of artists that work for us. We contract out. We train our artists very well. We often say we have the most compassionate artists in Montgomery County who work with us. Good at what they do, experts in their field, but also well trained to know how to work with different populations.
Now tell us about the programs, because you do productions. You put on plays,
we do,
such as the one we see here, but that's not all you do.
No, that is not all we do. That is a big part of what we do. We have a program where we use puppetry at Walter Reed. We have a lot of programs where we work with kids with cancer. We go into the hospital and have interactive plays where the kids can come up on stage and work with us. We actually made a film based on one of our programs. We have one-on-one social skills training. We have well-trained artists that will go to a client's home and help them work with anything from, what to do at a party.
And your clients are seniors, they're children, they're veterans?
They're seniors, they're children, they're veterans. Sometimes we train teachers. We work with kids who are adopted. We work with kids in foster care. We work with, we believe at ArtStream that the art should be accessible to everyone. And
is there a fee for your services?
We do charge a fee, but we try to keep our fees very reasonable. And even in this economy, we're doing the best we can to try to keep them available for everybody.
How important is art for people who are suffering loss and illness?
It's huge, and it's often something that's overlooked. We see it every day at ArtStream. We see anecdotal evidence in every piece of work that we do, from a child who is suffering from cancer, who's so excited excited to come and play in a puppetry situation, or for somebody who's grieving to have an opportunity to create a bit of a distance through theater, through dance, through poetry, but also to heal from it. So it is therapeutic without being therapy.
All right, sounds like wonderful work. And you need volunteers and you need donations.
We do. We have an incredible base of students that we work with, college students, seniors, volunteers that come and dance and sing with us. But we also do need donations, and no amount is too small. I mean, we appreciate everything and anything people can do to help support our programs.
All right, Nicolette Stearns of ArtStream, thank you for being with us. If you can help ArtStream, call the phone bank at 202-686-NBC4. Jim?
What a wonderful program.
More now on our 12 Days of Giving. ArtStream is a wonderful program that works to inspire people through art, people who are dealing with illness and disability and loss. And joining me now is JP Illaramendi, who's an actor with ArtStream, and Nicolette Stearns, the co-founder of the group, is back with us. So JP, tell me, how long have you been with ArtStream and what do you do?
Well, I've been with ArtStream since from the very beginning, which was founded by Nicolette and many others with her. And what do? We all start with classes, and then we develop some improvs.
Right.
And
So you're an actor.
Yes, I am an actor. Yeah.
I understand you're also a musician.
Also, yes, I am.
What do you play?
Well, I play the cymbals and any other instruments with another different organization than I do with acting with ArtStream.
And in addition to your acting, do you write some of the plays?
We all collaborate all together, yes.
Okay. And Nicolette, how many clients does ArtStream serve?
Well, that's a great question, Pat. We serve a lot of clients. We work with adults with disabilities, veterans at Walter Reed. We worked with so many kids in hospitals. We also serve their families. We work with the counselors. One of the great things we've been doing is we have a film that we did called Nights of Glory. So we've gone that route through multimedia, and now we're serving even more people because it makes it more accessible to folks.
I understand you also have a book.
We do. We do. We had a beautiful project called Nights of Glory, which is a fairy tale allegory. It's a musical for anyone dealing with a life-threatening illness. Just a beautiful piece that we took that toured hospitals free of charge for children. It's an interactive piece, became a film and a book and a CD.
Your work is healing, your work is inspiring, and you need volunteers.
We do. Volunteers, donations. We just want people to know that we're here and we're accessible.
All right, Nicolette Stearns and JP Illaramendi, I'd love to see you on stage. I bet you're great.
Sure. Well,
great.
I don't think of myself as an individual. I think of myself as being part of an ensemble.
Yes.
And you are.
Yep.
Thank you so much, JP and
You're
Nicolette.
welcome. Thank you.
Call our volunteers, 202-686-NBC4 is the number. Jim?
I like that.